Alright traders, I am back again with another video, and for those of you that are members of my website, or if you have been following me, you know that I've been trading a $100 account because many members said to me that they weren't able to become profitable with a small account. So I took it as small as we could. We'll take it down to $100 and we started trading that. So basically we did that when FXCM closed down, stopped allowing them US clients, when they stopped accepting US clients back in, I believe it was the end of February 2017. Then I decided to make another account for a smaller account, just to show traders that this was possible. And I didn't trade the account for a couple months, like 3 months in between that time, but we started to trade the account to see what we could do with it. So we started with $100, and then for this past month, you could see this past month, currently we had profited 1984, so we were at $1,984 from a $100 account. This past month we profited $450, all right, and for our total of $24.30 right now currently with a $100 account. Just showing you traders that you can do the same thing with a small account. Yes, you're not going to get a lot of money right off the bat, but now I'm starting to be able to make bigger trades, a little bit more amount. So basically I'm trading with one mini lot, okay, able to get almost $1 per lot at that point. So that's a pretty good thing, and the profits are starting to come now. As far as my trades, you could see I made 7 trades that past month for a total profit of $574, and my net profit was $450, and my losses were totaling $123.82. All right, so when everything was figured in, you could see where we are currently sitting at 24.30.34. So just wanted to show you guys that yes, it's very possible to be able to increase a small account, but you have to be disciplined and you have to have a plan. And I'm not sitting at the computer every day all day. You can see I've only made 7 trades this past month. So in March, 7 trades, that's not a lot of trades, but I'm trading the daily time frame. And just trading that daily time frame, a lot of traders are busy, they work, they don't have time to sit at the computer and do this. So they want to make a little extra income, and trading the markets is a good way to make that income if you have a plan, if you're disciplined, if you're patient, all those things, okay? Because you can trade that daily time frame. Most people get off work at 5 and get home a little after 5, somewhere around 6 or so. You figure that when you come to the charts, if you look at the charts, the daily close has closed about an hour, has been closed roughly an hour. So you get the opportunity to look at the market and decide how to set up your trades. My trades, when I show you guys a trade setup, all right, sometime that setup takes 2 to 3 days to develop. All right, so if I put it out, say I put that trade setup out on our Sunday session, when that Sunday session opens up and we talk about that trade, sometime that trade doesn't kick off till Tuesday, Wednesday, even Thursday. You know, you can never tell what the market's going to do. So this is what you can do. This is what you're capable of doing. And I'm going to try to take this count as far as possible, and also trading my active account. So with this account, I was challenged to take it now to 10,000. All right, so I'm almost getting there now, right? I'm starting to get there. I'm almost 24% of the way there. So we'll see where we get. All right, traders, so that's what it looks like trading a small account, being profitable and not worrying about, you know, anything except being able to come home from work and look at your charts for less than 3-4 hours a day, sitting at the computer all day waiting for a trade, looking at trades and not knowing what to do. This is what you can do. Take your time trading, understand what you got going on, and then make profits. Now, don't get lost on the profit factor, because depending on the size of your account, you could make way more than what I'm showing here. This is starting with a small account. As we increase, you'll start to see more profit come in for us, and you'll start to see the account get bigger a little bit faster. But at this point, we've been staying with our risk of 3% max pretty much. So we don't want to risk. I can make a big trade, risk as much as possible, and if I'm profitable, make good profit. But if I lose, then I lose the most of the account, and we don't want to have that. So this is how you steadily do this. Of course, we're going to have losses, but we just want to control our losses. As you can see, the main thing here is look at my profit and look at my losses. All right, and then you could see the total profit. So this number is nowhere near this number, which is good. All right, so you want to keep it that way, and that's how you're going to be profitable. Of those 7 trades, if I've won only 3 of those trades, or let's say I won 4 and lost 3, even if I won 3, let's say, you still should be profitable, because you want to keep that number lower than that number. All right, and that's managing your risk. All right, traders, so let's look at this trade that we are in currently, and I'm going to talk about how we entered this trade. So let's look at the USD JPY. Okay, so before I get started, I want to show you inside my members area basically how I'm going to be alerting you to these trade setups, or how the trade setups will now go. The trade setups used to be just a page much like this. So we would have our videos in here. This would be our trade setups page, and we would just have our videos all here. But here's all of our webinar page. This is our past webinars. So we post the webinars every Sunday. We have a webinar live every Sunday, and then we post it. So this was the most recent, but usually I have a page just like this for every video that's a trade setup. I don't really call them trade alerts, even though they kind of are. I call it a trade setup, so you understand, because you get to know and understand what that trade is, what we're talking about. But what I wanted to show you is now how the trade setups is going to be. So when you come into when you log in as a member, you go to your dashboard, where then you could take your courses. Okay, here's your courses that you could take. If you click on a course, you go to it. And then now the new thing that I'm doing, I'm posting the latest video right on your members page. So anything, the last video I do will post right on your page, so that you're able to see it and able to you know, see what's happening quickly. You won't have to really wait if you log in. And then we have our upcoming events. This talks about our upcoming webinars, or else you could log out, right? So what you're going to want to do, you'll come on your site. As soon as you log in, you'll see the setups page. But I also made our setups into a blog now. So I wanted to make it into a blog, so that members, instead of just watching the video, you could now comment on the video, so that I can know what your issues are, or what you think, or let you know what I'm thinking, or we can talk as the trade progresses. So as the trade progresses, we could see it. So this is the last trade setups that I posted, and inside the trade setups that I posted here was the video for we talked about the trade that we're getting ready to look at, the USD JPY. But also, when you look at this page, you also want to subscribe, right? So as a member, just subscribe, and every time I put a new posting, you'll get an email letting you know that you got a new posting for a trade setup. So you'll be able to try to catch these trade setups quicker, and that's our goal, help you to try to get these things quicker, to see them. I don't want you to take the trade setup based off of what I said. I want you to see what I'm talking about compared to your analysis, and then you decide if you want to take that trade. Don't take the trade blindly. But yeah, if we look at this, then we could click in and go to the video and watch the video and see what the trade setup was all about. All right, so that's how you're going to be alerted of these trade setups really quickly. So now let's go to the chart. I know it's been a second, but let's go straight to that chart. All right, traders, so I am now looking at the USD JPY chart, and we're going to discuss how we got into this trade. Very simple trade, very easy trade, pretty much like we want to see happen. Let's look at this thing. All right, Not going to be a whole lot here to really talk about because it was kind of basic. But I'm looking at, we're going to go backwards. All right, so let's take this back to where we were when we took the trade. Let's go back here. All right, so here we are, right? Basically at this point we didn't really know what we wanted to do. We saw the market coming, like it looked like it was going to reverse, so we figured our trade would be down at this Kijinsen area, right? That was basically what my thought pattern was. And then here's what happened to the market. We came down to that level pretty close. All right, and then you could see overall the market was kind of flat right here, because you got a almost like a double top up here, but you were flat. And then you could see we had slight trend, then flat from that point. All right, so knowing that, we kind of thought we may be getting into a ranging market, but we wanted to still see if we can bounce off of our main levels, right? Then the next candle really signified what we wanted to do with the market here. So now we had a TK crossover that was bullish, right? Our future was bright. Price was above the cloud. Chiku span was still inside of price, so we pretty much figured it'd be a range trade, that the market may range. But if I felt if it ranged, it would range inside this area here, because this was where the flat market was. Now there was momentum on this, because you can see Tenkan-sen pointing to the upside, but Kijinsen's pointing to the downside. So there's a little bit of disequilibrium. When I'm looking at a trade, I'm usually looking at both of them pointing to the downside. As you see Kijinsen pointing, that really signified to take that trade to the downside. This trade here found support at the cloud, right at the top of the cloud. But then we got this move here, which we're looking at the market coming back to this zone. So you could see this is a support and resistance zone. Let me show you how come and how I draw it. Actually, you could see it right now. So what you see basically here is see this zone right here is from the wick, this top of the wick to the base of the candle where the wick starts. So this creates a zone, a support and resistance zone. That was it right there. Price didn't quite hit that zone, but we were up inside this zone. This is where the zone is. Well, when the market came back to the downside, all right, I saw this TK crossover. Big sign. Never take TK crossover trades, okay? And let me tell you why I never take them. Because a lot of times when the crossover develops, the market's far from Tenkan-sen or Kijinsen, and that's my support and resistance level. Now, like here, the market was close. Here, the market was pretty close. Here, you had the market was far away, as you could see. When you had that crossover, the market was up here. So when it's that far away, to me, usually you're going to get a pullback after that. And let me tell you the thing about the pullbacks. Here's another move. You can see how far away the market is usually with the crossovers. All right, so I don't like to enter crossover trades that much. I don't have a lot of crossover trades in my arsenal, because I just don't like that when I get into a TK crossover trade, the market is already, the move has already been established, and then it's going to more than likely correct itself, which leads me into a drawdown at that point, you know. So that's kind of a waste. I don't like to do that. Now the way that I would take it is if the market is really close to the crossover, basically close to Kijinsen, Tenkan-sen area. In this case, it was inside the TK zone. So what I wanted to do was put an entry above this level a little bit, but the market, when I looked at the market, we were still lower. So I just put an entry at this point. All right, and when I put my entry here, my thought process was two things. I had Kijinsen right here as my stop loss level, so I now move my stop up because I'm making profit. But I had that as my stop loss level, right? And I wanted that to be my strong support and resistance level. So I use that as my stop loss. Also, Williams %R made a bounce on the negative 80%. Good sign to me that this downward momentum has died, which was this momentum here. All right, then the TK crossover, another strong sign that this downward momentum has died and the upward momentum is developing. Okay, all right, so you could see where the crossover develops. That's where you're starting to show a different momentum. The change of momentum is developing because of that crossover. All right, Now my cloud didn't signify anything. That's going to be the last thing to pretty much move. All right, so with that crossover, guys, all I did was put an entry with a stop loss slightly below the level, and I wasn't risking much. Like I said, I don't want to risk a lot on these trades, especially a TK crossover trade, because the market sometimes is too far away where you do make a lot of risk, and for me, I'm not going to take that trade. So then as we followed the market, then we got triggered on that candle. Well, we basically got triggered, and you can see what the candle did, and then where we are now currently. So where we are now, there's a couple things that I'm looking at. I moved my stop loss up here because I'm not going to really worry about it. I'm going to keep this trade over the weekend pretty much if it goes that way. What I'm looking for now is I want to see the market break through this level. If the market can break through this level, I'm going to wait. I'm going to keep my trade on. I'm going to wait it out, let it break that level, and I'm going to move my stop up under that point. And from then, this is like a free trade for me, and I'm going to let it run. I'm not going to bother with it. All right. But this was a basic Ichimoku trade. I mean, because one of the main trades that most traders learn is the TK crossover trade. So with that TK crossover, you had that nice cross with angulation, and now you could see angulation on your Kijinsen here, which is a good sign, and you want to see that. Now it's not super steep. All right, now that was a steep decline, but the market didn't go that far. It was just such a big decline. Now this is showing me nice, very nice climb to the upside. All right, my candle has no wick on it at all because it's not dropping back off. It's not getting hit with sellers up here yet. Now I would think there are some orders up here, but we'll see. A lot of them could have been absorbed with this previous market move. Okay, so now I'm going to just let this thing run and see where we go. So if you want to learn the trade Ichimoku, just come visit me. Come visit my site. You can see the right up here. There it is, fx@oneglance.com. And other than that, guys, please, if you like the video, just like it. Let me know that you like this stuff. I'll keep putting it out for you. All right. Till next time, guys. Hope this helped you out a little bit. No, it was pretty much of a basic Ichimoku trade, but you know, that's what you want. You want to trade basic. You want basic trades. You don't have to be complex to be good. All right. If I just stick that jumper in your face all day, there's nothing complex about that. All right. I'm just hitting that J on you all day long. Don't have to be doing no fancy dribbling and all that stuff. So it's the same thing with my trading. Nothing fancy. Just do the same old routine over and over. All right, guys, till next time, have a great one. God bless. So long.